Welcome to the Self Lens Corner, where we don't just talk about money, we change the way you see it. Because your life, your results, your future are all shaped by the lens you're looking through. This is your space for mindset shifts, for growth, for building wealth from the inside out. I'm Owen, and today we adjust the lens. You already know what to do. Save money, invest consistently, avoid unnecessary spending. You've heard it before, you've read it before, you've probably even told yourself, this time I'm going to be disciplined. So why aren't you doing it? Why does it feel like no matter how much you learn, your actions don't match? It's not because you're lazy, it's not because you're incapable, it's because there's a battle happening inside you. A battle most people never learn to recognize, the war within. Inside you, there are two voices. One voice is focused on your future. It says, invest now so you can live freely later. Build discipline so you can build wealth. Delay gratification because your future matters. But then there's the other voice, the louder one, the more emotional one. It says, you've worked hard, enjoy it now. One purchase won't hurt. You can start tomorrow. And in the moment, that second voice feels right. It feels justified. It feels deserved. But here's the truth most people miss. Every small decision is a vote for the person you're becoming. This is why people stay stuck, not because they don't know what to do, but because they don't win that internal battle consistently. You can read every book, watch every video, listen to every podcast, but if you don't control your actions, nothing changes. And that's where frustration begins, because now you're aware, you know better, but your life still doesn't reflect it. That gap between what you know and what you do, that's where most people lose. So here's the shift you need to make. Your life is not controlled by your intentions. It's controlled by your decisions, not what you plan to do, not what you hope to do, but what you actually do every single day. And those decisions, they're not random. They're determined by which voice you listen to in the moment. In investing, this war becomes very real. You tell yourself, I'll start investing next month. But next month becomes next year. You invest, the market drops, and suddenly fear takes over. So you sell, not because it was the right decision, but because the emotional voice got louder. You plan to be consistent, but life happens. Spending increases, and investing stops. And here's what most people don't realize. It's not the market that's beating them. It's their lack of control. Small losses in discipline don't look dangerous at first. It's just one missed investment, one unnecessary purchase, one moment of giving in. But over time, those small moments compound. Just like money compounds, so do your habits. And before you realize it, you're years behind where you could have been. Not because you didn't have the opportunity, but because you didn't have the consistency. How do you win this war? Not through motivation. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fickle. Structure is a system, and systems work regardless of how you feel. Here's how. 1. Create rules, not feelings. Decide in advance. Don't drain your willpower on small choices. Deciding in advance removes the debate. It makes the right path the only path. This percentage gets invested no matter what. No emotion, no debate, no negotiation with the person you were yesterday. If the rule says invest, you invest. Period. 2. Automate your discipline. Decision fatigue is real. By the end of the day, your ability to say no is at its lowest. Automation preserves your energy for the bigger battles. Money leaves your account before you see it. Success should be the default setting of your life. What you don't control manually, you must control automatically. 3. Reduce temptation. Remove the triggers. Success isn't about being strong enough to resist. It's about being smart enough to avoid it. Control your environment. Unsubscribe. Limit exposure. Create friction between you and bad decisions. You don't rise by being strong in the moment. You rise by making the moment easier to win. And finally, 4. Review your results. What isn't measured isn't mastered. Set a monthly lens check. Honesty is the only way to adjust effectively. Master your progress. In Proverbs, we are given a powerful image. It says, a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. No protection, no boundaries. Everything you've worked for is vulnerable to the next emotional whim if you lack control. Self-control isn't a restriction, it's your defense system. Hold the wall. Knowledge and strategy are like seeds, but seeds are useless without the discipline of the soil to hold them. Wisdom requires the walls of discipline to produce lasting results that stand the test of time. Build your walls today, block by block, choice by choice. The biggest battle for your wealth, it's not the economy or inflation. It's the person you see in the mirror every morning. That is where the war is won or lost. Win the morning, win the day. When you win the internal debate before it even starts, you win the life you were meant to lead. Your legacy is built in quiet moments. The moment you learn to win within, the moment your future self is worth more than your current impulse, that's the moment everything outside begins to change. Win within. Wealth responds to your control. This isn't just about money, it's about who you are becoming in the process. Winning transforms your character. Start today. Today. If this shifted your perspective, share it. We grow together when we challenge each other to be better. Mastery of self is a journey we're taking together. Join us. Most people aren't stuck because they lack knowledge. They're stuck because they haven't mastered themselves. Don't be that person. Be the one who controls the lens. Remember, wealth is not just about what you earn. It's about what you control. Keep the discipline tight. Your future self will thank you. Mastery starts within. This is the Self Lens Corner. I'm Owen Rabai, and we'll see you in the next episode as we continue to refine the way we see the world and our wealth. Adjust your lens. Win your war. Mastery begins now and it never ends.